I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Yep. We need to get a level up fairly quickly. I've been thinking a little bit, how much money do we really need? Because we can't buy the equipment we need anyway. So how valuable is the money then? And I've come to the conclusion, not that valuable. So there's a limit to how much money we want to gather up now. What we want is to have a healthy supply of stuff. But that's it, then we need level ups. So we're going to loot all the little things, at least, and maybe do things until we get the level up, then go check the shops again with the resources we've been gathering. And then we'll have to start doing things, because it's all about the leveling up. We should talk to the people in the harbor, for example. That's probably enough to get a level up. Talk to people in general, but I don't want to do it aimlessly. It doesn't earn you much extra money or experience.
Hidden between darkness and light.
Good chance we'll fail when using this ability. Our dexterity is too low. I guess we could yeah, we could go there and loot this place. I see a lot of gold and stuff, paintings, so it's probably worth a decent amount of cash. We can go in there invisible, so no one will be the wiser. That might be also enough for our thievery purpose for some time. Choose a big target to begin with, so you don't have to do it all that much. Yeah, we'll loot the chest, go inside, close the door, loot the place. Yeah, fail. Faster to load than it's to wait for the ability to recharge.
Ghostly masquerade.
It's about 70% chance of success. Reason why we are not investing more in Scoundrel. You need the dexterity support, otherwise it just doesn't make sense.
Past.
Here's the level up. Everything that isn't nailed down will take. Although carry weight is gonna be a problem soon. So I have to be a little bit limited in what we pick up here.
God, duty's not so bad, hey? Would be quite a bit better if I could do it in peace. Just making conversation, mate. Mate, he says. We're...
Well, this is okay stuff, but there's not really that much of it.
Phrases elsewhere.
Free parchment, I guess. Some weaponry. Some of it even level appropriate. Still, was supposed to be some kind of a Legion warehouse big one. I'm not seeing anything all that interesting here.
Under lock and key.
There has to be a key somewhere.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Old copper amulet. Pink pot and quill, thank you very much. Okay stuff. Especially the rings could be very useful now.
Plenty of
Ah,
fish
what
in the
did we
sea,
get?
but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
I won't sit on that attribute point for long, but until we get our better equipment, I'll sort of have to. 3 points. Definitely take the blacksmithing where it needs to be. Crafting is the key to everything.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Still, another magical skill, witchcraft, because it has plus 40% damage bonus.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Yeah. And a teller. I'm not sure what to take. It has to be the back. The doubles your carry weight thing.
Steady, boys.
I'm already
steady.
at the edge of
We'll be leaving
leaving
as
that.
soon as we're
Back
packed
to
up.
right. Doubles the amount of weight you can carry. Thank you very much.
Slimy, reeking, rotting sea garbage.
Since we got the level up, that also means there should be new stuff for us to buy. And since new stuff is vital for us to produce money and weaponry and skulls, so we'll have to go through all the shops again. We are hoping actually that they'll outright sell attack scrolls from you. Summon creatures would be
Yes,
useful
good friend.
too.
I'm quite busy finding for
Yeah,
the moment,
new
but if
stuff.
there's something you'd like to buy, I could set all that aside for a few delicious moments.
Summon Ice Elemental. I don't think that's a good purchase. It's expensive and it's gonna be any better than the rest of the crap. We're mostly engaging again in fights against undead for a long time. But that'll also mean we should probably get Fire Elemental could be valuable. That not so much. I'm also pretty sure you can just sell these. You can get a little bit of profit out of this too.
Goodbye there, good friend.
Crafting 4 would still get us quite a lot. Even if we don't get the belt, we would still be able to do quite a bit. Okay, who the hell has the crafting? We'll have to smelt some of the weaponry. could also loot all these, but money isn't the immediate problem.
I could do with a cold drink.
Although we do have to buy some spells.
Salutations, Source Hunter. You don't think it's effective, do you?
Spell scrolls. Toxic grenades are... How do you produce toxic grenades? You need poison. Poison and a grenade shell, I think. How expensive are these to buy? Fairly expensive. And we don't have an immediate use for them. We're facing undead creatures, so they don't give a crap about poison. Still, do I trade anything for those? I think I have a lore master item, so I will have to pay for identification at the moment.
Hey, no, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it. You don't think it's effective, do you?
Funds. Right, what we need to do is buy, no, not necessarily buy, but produce pixie dust. I don't think I have the necessary tools. Ah, yes I do. I also have the necessary plants, so I can do a couple pixie dust. Might even have the skills for it, not sure about that. Yes, I do. Which means I can produce magical ink pot and a quill for our scroll producing purposes. Well, I would like to wait until crafting 5 for those, because I can't get the... There's 0 chance of getting the best abilities unless I have crafting 5. I wouldn't want to waste anything. We need a magic needle and thread. This is for making armor pieces from cloth and leather scraps. Anything else? I don't really need the pillow anymore. And don't need a lot of this stuff. I need to make a portable fireplace so I can smelt the ore I pick up. I will probably combine some of these. Also broken bottles and grenade shells. Piercing grenades. Armor piercing grenade. I don't want to mainly use the empty bottles for this. We can just break the filled bottles we find. It's good to have options. I have an acceptable axe. One-handed axe would be... It would weigh less, yeah, and I can't use a battle axe to do this. It's not a tool. It has to be a one-handed axe for some reason.
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right
Well,
place, you have.
indeed.
I got
Water
every style of
absorption
equipment to
shield.
fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after.
Pretty expensive for our taste. Extra armor class and crafting. I need to actually see things. What the hell am I doing? do I want to start paying for pixie dust? Is pixie dust can be used to produce witchcraft scroll. Vastly superior armor. It's a bit on the expensive side, granted, but what is money for if not getting better equipment? I think I might be able to even able to afford this, especially if I go back and steal extra stuff. Then certainly. Okay. Do I have lore master at all? No. Perception and poison resistance. Earth resistance movement. Poison resistance movement. Terrible, 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 terrible stuff. This way I don't have to spend a huge amount of cash to afford all this. Advice. I'm very unlikely to use this, but you never know. Ah, nice armor. This is better. Right, we should still be left with a decent amount of cash. We need more stuff though, something to sell. But it's a good start.
Greetings. These stores are for our Legion troops. Rivelon's finest work up mighty fine appetite serving the seven.
We more or less knew that we're not gonna get all to any kind of fighting here. We might be able to do some investigation and minor quests inside here in the city. I doubt it's enough to get a level up. But more or less we're just finding different ways to get richer here. Yeah, whoever steals from this place, it's not me. The fact that I just appeared there, made myself invisible and things started to disappear here, that's totally coincidental. It might be a good time to go downstairs. If we start to put people in jail more, it's gonna be tougher to sneak around in here. But there's already the one guy who was trying to steal food for himself. I can think of a couple of others I might be able to put in here, so better to maybe fix things now.
Source hunter or no, not a single non-legionnaire is permitted into the treasure room.
Yeah, I think treasure room might be a little bit about saturation about what this room actually is. Yeah, it's mostly garbage. Couple of good items, and some of it actually worthwhile. I don't think there's anything really valuable with the other places here. I mean, I can see into the rooms and there's nothing of value there. Maybe a skull. We could grind it and make it into pixie dust. But bones are not in short supply. Yeah, he's staring right at us, so trying to pickpocket him is gonna be difficult. Have to go invisible. And can't do it here either.
Anybody home?
A couple of recipes, nothing all that useful. I think we got most of the valuable stuff out of this. Okay. What else can we get?
You don't think it's
We need to revisit the rest of the shops. We need to... There's a quest of Headless Nick.
Sorry, sir.
Not Headless. Yeah, Headless Nick. There's a talking head here that we can talk to. Do a little bit of a quest, that sort of stuff. That's certainly something that's within our reach to do. Doesn't require any fighting, just skulking around a little bit, maybe doing a little bit of a questing. We can either put on a one-man show, or we can help some other guy act as a distraction.
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or... Oh! I'd heard that they told fire,
Sure statues.
the most thorough cleanser, may the soul of Astartes...
Excellent! Let's keep it that way.
Have some pity.
Right, Cedric wants our help.
Stay a while. Don't when it seems and I.
We can either help him or do put on a show ourselves.
Come on, can't you?
I think you might get more experience if you put on a show.
And who are you? Oh no! Don't you take it up.
I can easily put it. We need some kind of material from the library.
Open stage in the theatre. Check the library. Right, speak to...
It has to be a one-man show though.
Fantastic!
My
Talking-
word! You there!
Pleasure to meet you.
You there! Take a seat. Prepare to laugh your... I am Reginald. Ha! Enter Reginald. That's right. A talking... You see, though that I... In the hub... Before my... Grabbing, freeing my... It was there.
Right. Distraction. This should be a fairly simple task. Reginald's house can be accessed through a key that we can find here, so we don't even need any kind of skill to do that. What we need to do is get the act together, that's the only challenge. Also, I need to buy or get an axe somewhere. Any other quests? Bersha is missing her
Soul
sheep.
Hunters, eh? All right, proper, we're finally getting a hand. If you've got a favourite, now that the herds are recently CS.
Bales of hay might have something, probably needles.
I bet Tim Fred's been strung up by his ears by now. Devilish thing.
Another
Quiet day on the market, it
bloodstone
seems.
here. It's easy experience for us, non-fighting experience.
Serving of life. Come, make your case.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull... Oh, me? It was I who... Not to mention that it's been... Yes, she's in the other room. She's gotten... But she claims...
We also need to make a choice
I
there.
expect you... Certainly, what would you like to know? The counsellor...
Between two patients,
From what I
which
can
one's gonna get
reply, I
healed?
declare...
But it's another chance to make us get a
Interesting
trade
indeed.
point off.
The tone... Soothing...
I think I should just sneak past.
Can't have gotten far.
Nothing but rubbish. Anybody? Neither of you cares to plead for his very existence.
Those men hardly sound long for this world. What's taking Tenderfoot so long?
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the seven do you think you are? I've been racking my brain. What would you like to know? One of the brave, thankfully, for quite the venerable. Nearly everyone in. You are?
The younger one, the trader, that would be more pragmatic versus the old one.
She'll realize soon enough that a little...
Boris, it is?
300 XP. And another room in the end of
No,
time.
this is highly abnormal. What is this? This lightning.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful. I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you. What will I do? And after I'll see you around.
Thank you. Thank you. That's Hello again. I've been stuck. I've a passion. That's strict.
I don't know what I did to
Okay.
deserve this.
Not
but
much of a
I'm
reaction.
beyond grateful.
Everyone's back room. Probably has some useful loot for us.
You look.
I don't know what I
Cannot
did to
see.
deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but
We need a little bit of extra loot, otherwise we can't buy the necessary skills. Skill books
I feel
rather.
no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
So even though we don't strictly speaking need a huge amount of money, I sort of do want a decent chunk of it.
I feel
how
no
the hell am I
pleasure
gonna
in
get out of
bidding you
here?
farewell, friend.
The murder investigation is pretty much the only source of non-combat damage we can reasonably try to get for ourselves. Ooh, there's one thing we can do. There's there's a fireplace here. Bonfire, whatever. Campfire. We can make a portable fire out of that. We can use it to create paper and smelt ore. Okay, mobile. Oh, we can't use this mobile kitchen. Not exactly all that mobile, is it? Yeah. Should be a very different type of fire, I guess. Not this
I'm
one.
overheating here.
Well, we can still use it now. Probably smelt the excess items. Once we have blacksmithing 5, we can produce, and maybe some levels on top of that, we can produce vastly more valuable items. I don't really have to take much of a look at these items. They should be over 500 gold in value, otherwise they're not really competitive. And they're like less than 50. We can also combine branches into staves and knives into daggers. Not actually sure what technically you need to do with the knives. It's an anvil on it, I guess. Which sort of reminds me, could we even improve the armor we currently have? Well, we're at the very least gonna need an anvil. Also, this is the suckiest mobile kitchen I've ever seen. Static kitchen, more like it. Esmeralda's back door. I need to... we can easily loot this place for a little bit of extra cash. I also need the axe. 100 axe, so I can work with it.
Oh, catch me, for I might faint. Lords above, grant me patience. You're
No
a source
100
hunter,
axes.
aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband.
Vampire
How many
touch
times do
ability.
I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
A lot of craft equipment, basically. I don't want to get an expensive axe. Ah, there we are. Shepherd's axe, fairly affordable. Also, ice elemental. No, ice elemental, it's too expensive. A thunder jump and magical poison dart, please. Maybe a smoke grenade too, fairly cheap. And I can certainly see the utility of that item. This will cost a little bit, but it'll probably be worth it. Vastly improved bracers and blacksmithing, so we have crafting and blacksmithing. Now we only need to get them in the same item. And we even made a little bit of a profit. Okay, with that we should be able to afford new skills again.
I
As
am
well talk to
Esmeralda.
you too.
Like I told, so what happened? Stars? Do you mean to him?
Well, what do you want to know?
Never they came out.
What we do need to do too is
I'll need
use
to look
the
for evidence if I want to
pyramid,
prove she
so
did
we
the
can get the
evil deed.
counter part of it. So a lot of little things we can do, but the thing is, I don't know what are we gonna really gain from them. They're more or less mandatory tasks we have to do than things I really want to do. That's a lot of gemstones. Most of it we can probably just sell away. Rubies will be the exception, and moonstones. Rubies provide a bonus to an armor, full elemental bonus, like all elemental resistances go up. It's gonna be our way to get those resistances in an armor piece, while we don't have elemental essences in huge number. Okay, we got the key to this house, which means we can go looting a little bit more. Might even get to the... I'm not sure if we have a back door key though. But if we go invisible, we should be able to go through the front doors. Also, there's a couple of golden plates. We might as well take those. Golden cups and yeah, it there.
I dance with the shadows.
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so, lady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Right, the perfect murder.
A book about setting up the perfect crime.
More gold. At least our money worries are gone now. It's not like this is worth a massive amount of gold, but it'll buy us the initial spell books. After that, the money will keep coming in on its own. There's a key in this room. Yeah. Plague grenade.
Ah, so that's what that did.
Yes, that's what that did. There doesn't appear to be all that much interesting stuff here. Minor crap that you could find anywhere. Water blank scroll. Needles could be useful. We can make voodoo dolls out of them. And pixie dust. I don't think they'll be all that useful now. It's the thing is, they're physical damage we can do. A lot of the scrolls will be elemental damage, so sooner or later we're gonna encounter targets that are where we can't really use them effectively. We'll have to rely on summoned creatures and things like voodoo dolls in those situations. They will be in the vast minority, probably a handful in the entire game at most. But they'll still be there. Nothing useful, nothing interesting. Wool. What? You can do yarn from a wool, but what the fuck do you do with yarn? Make robes. What do you do with robes? That's... zombie painting, I don't think it's useful for anything.
What bloodied dagger? Could this have been involved in the crime?
It was not. Okay. We have no reason to go harass Esmeralda with this. Not yet.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus.
We need the book for our little act. You have a quest for me, I'm
A
pretty sure.
source hunter! Oh, what a sight for me! Oh, he's always been for my part. That band of...
Key to Cecil's living quarters. Yeah, that's the pyramid. Teleport pyramid. Up, up.
I dance within the shadows.
No, didn't work.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. My elf? Oh, myself. Oh, what? Oh, you mean the undead? That's not... And, what of
Staff
what
of
now?
Pergamon.
Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Cecil proved an old fool. His name is... The staff itself contains a shard of an ore. Jake, most of the as you can imagine. An all right bloke. What? Well, oh, this is not that depend... Ah, the library. Marvelous.
You're
Follow me,
giving
then.
me a tour. Marvelous is not the word.
What? Oh, my Victor... Yes. What?
Right.
Looking for.
What do you have?
Twas Jagetta, friend.
Paper. And 3 blank earth
Most
scrolls.
promising.
I'll take those. Probably have something to trade. Probably not that much.
Demonology for dumbbells. Ugh. I need something more advanced.
Perception plus
The
1 poison
Encyclopedia
resistance.
Demonium.
I
know
don't
it by
care
heart.
about your perception plus 1-ness. She doesn't have much to trade, but enough.
No, this isn't the grimoire I'm looking for.
Indeed, you...
The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum.
Cracking
The
up a
first
crowd, I
edition
think that's the
too.
book we're
A
looking
volume
Most
for.
of
promising.
poetry among novels? Rack.
Yeah, it has.
Mayhem.
It has 3 jokes. We need to tell one.
Who placed this book here?
The lesser key
volume
of
of poetry among
Sardakandas.
During a dwarven funeral, the bearers of the casket accidentally bump into a
The
wall and hear a
Encyclopedia
faint moan.
Demonium.
They
I
open the
know it by
casket and
heart.
find out that the dwarven woman inside is actually alive. The entire funeral party rejoices, and a joyful tear springs into her husband's eye. The dwarven lady lives
No.
for 10 more
This
years
isn't
and
the
then
grimoire
dies.
I'm looking
There's
for.
another funeral for her. At the end of the service, the bearers carry out the
First
casket.
edition too.
As they are walking out, the husband cries out, "Watch out for the wall." Right. It's not that big of a good of a joke, but I don't think it matters.
Who placed this book here?
The lesser
Oh,
key
volume
of
poetry among
Sardakandas.
novels?
Ugh, what
Rack.
nonsense.
Mayhem.
The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
The
night
play
is
was terrible
far.
too, but
Princess
the crowd
Buttercup
seemed to
with
go
the
wild
blushing
for it, so
bottom.
I don't think it matters. As long as you get it
Esmeralda
right.
does have a propensity for all
Demonology
things
for
naughty, hasn't
dumbbells.
she?
Ugh. I need something more advanced. The Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
Volume
We'll
1.
get a couple of recipes out of
Volume
this
2.
if nothing else.
Where's the
No,
third one
this
gone?
isn't the grimoire I'm
Shucks.
looking for.
Sometimes I think these books sprout
The
little legs in the
Encyclopedia Demonium. I know it by heart.
I don't think we really need to learn the recipes, but at the same time I don't want us to risk it either.
Still hasn't been
It's
returned.
a trivially
Everyone will
quick
have to
task,
put
just
another
quickly
house.
read them and leave them there.
I need something more advanced. The Pseudomonarchia Daemonum. And the first edition too. Most promising.
Okay. Let's try this again. I mainly want the key that they have here.
Your loyal servant. Treasure!
Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't want to go anywhere else now. What I need is the other part of the pyramid.
Oh my gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my
7-1,
bathroom.
yeah,
Get
good luck with
out,
that.
will you? Little mix-up indeed.
Sigurd's beard was a find.
Out!
I will definitely come back there later. Once she's no longer in the top. Ooh, Boulder Bash. But we don't exactly have all that much skill, so we definitely should buy all the spells we can. Just so we can recycle them in the fight and actually be able to do something every turn. Hopefully drop those paintings.
Ghostly masquerade.
Yeah, there's no telling who's behind this robbery. Could be anyone.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Right. Do we need more? I think so. Probably should buy these potion bottles constantly.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Watch the undead quiver in their moldy boots.
Extra healing, extra summon. We do have water, a skill point there, and we only have a single ability. So I can get 2 extra novice level abilities. Rain is probably one we want. It comes useful throughout the entire game. And maybe Avatar Frost, alternatively Freezing Touch. Ability to freeze a target to save my ass in a lot of situations. Protection from chill, that's also very useful. But we probably should go for the offensive approach at this stage. Right. Things are coming together.
Let's see. Halibut,
What other abilities do we need? Geomancer, Man-at-Arms, Scoundrel, Witchcraft. We need to go and talk to our who.
What sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
Quiet
I
day
want
on
your
the market,
money.
it seems.
$2,263. Yeah, money is becoming increasingly irrelevant. We're not exactly rich by any stretch of the imagination, but we're rich enough that we
How
can.
fares your first
I think we can
quest,
start
hero
doing
and
things.
Hunter?
Hunter.
How fares you? Who? Top.
You're just hanging around the inn, are you? Waiting for what?
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
No, I don't care.
I am the Duke of Fer. Yes, as Jake and Esmeralda had. It's very.
He doesn't like us. What a shame.
What a tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge.
Nothing too interesting here. I think I'll take the Summon Earth Elemental too. I don't think it's all that good of an ability, but at the same time, I'd rather throw that in a fight than die in a
And
fight
my
and
word,
redo the fight.
I've
So,
got it. When the day
I'll
I
take
can
it.
take, but then that I believe I. Yes. So I can. Well, you must be thrilled to find. I hear you. Oh, well, you are a member.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. And Alistair
What are
Keyring, maybe.
poison? Immune
In
to
any
being
case, make it
poisoned.
quick. You're not the only fan who
Not
wants some
immune
of
to
my
poison
time.
damage. I'll take it. I'll take everything pretty much.
Drink, you please.
Please do keep shouting.
What do you mean? Why? And don't. If I don't leave those nuts.
Point. How curious. So you've been sent.
A sauce hand been at the king. I think I'm though.
Questioning people about the murder. Mostly we can't milk these guys out of anything useful. That's blatantly obvious. But I want as many markers to in my journal as possible. I need to go into the cellar. Bartender should know at least something.
Welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three. The names you've had. All you see before, well, between that room where she came, I saw I was started by the time whoever done it as his counsellor, Esmeralda.
I don't really care to listen to the details of these because this story has to be solved anyway, no matter what, as part of the main plot line.
I am powerless to act.
Yes, but you're not taking damage, so who the hell cares? And there's no enemies here. We basically are totally unable to resist any of this. That's a big problem. And it's not something I'm unaware of by any means. It matters in the sense that bodybuilding has to be prioritized, I think sooner rather than later. Otherwise I'm going to be loading or something's gonna basically... The fights will be so reliant on some kind of lucky dice roll that they're not gonna be fun. I need to be... I might not be able to resist everything or get immunity, but high resistance also means I can recover quickly. Just because status effects is supposed to last long does not mean it actually will. They'll get additional saving throws constantly. One of the reasons why if there's no point in really trying to get your luck through and get some kind of status effect to work on a powerful opponent, because you can't maintain it. In order to maintain it, you need to drop their willpower and bodybuilding, one or the other. But the same applies to us too. If we get a high resistance, we might fail here and there, but that doesn't matter. I picked up the apples because they're a component in the poison resistance potions. Health potion pulls up Oh, apple is poison resistance.
Bah!
I don't plan on doing all that many of them, but there will be opponents that will have a heavy poison attack of some sort. I want to have counters to those. Still, the plan is always to have a strong offense ability to counter to everything. But it's at some situations it's just not gonna be enough. You have to tank at least a little bit. I need a metal item. There's a trigger here. Couple of valuable grenades. I'll pick it up if I can get telekinesis. No. There has to be a key to that. Got the key to another chest. Simple tavern. No, for fuck's sakes, why did we do that? Anyway, there has to be a key somewhere. Did I pick something up there? No. Tavern ornate chest. Ah. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Take a closer look at the crime scene.
Sweet relief.
I don't think there's any purpose in trying to hoard inert stones.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
Right, now we have, I think, enough evidence to talk to Esmeralda, try to get something extra information out of her.
One man's trash is another man's trash.
Yeah, trash probably. Okay, decent amount of loot gained from these. Probably gain a little bit more. Don't have quite enough abilities to do that though. Okay, so we've gone through a lot of places after this. We have a decent amount of cash. I think we're gonna start focusing on anything but collecting cash, because we are going to be able to get resources and cash while doing normal stuff. Don't have to do burglarizing constantly. Okay.
I think I can just sneak past.
Let's do some trades.
Gratifying to see you return. You are quickly becoming my favorite customer.
I'm sure I am. Now, witchcraft. Both of Desecration. I'm not sure if what Vampiric Touch allows me to attack and heal at the same time. Did I have any other witchcraft abilities? I don't think so. Malediction would also be very useful. Alternatively, Arcane Touch. Arcane Touch itself isn't good at cancelling healing abilities of others, but if we can get this to hit on someone, we can then heal them to cause a massive amount of damage. Not now, I think. Most of our healing capacity will go to keeping my own ass alive. Right. I only have a single ability here. I'm taking Adrenaline. Allows me to get a few extra points in exchange of losing a lot of points on the next turn. But in a tough situation, that could be a lifesaver. Winged Feet, immune to surfaces, again could be useful. Chance of that working properly is pretty weak though. Become Hastened for a short time. That's not bad either. The problem is it has a piss poor chance of actually working because of the low dexterity, but I might be getting extra dexterity later on. So this could be useful. It's a cheap thing that would increase my action points by 3 maximum. No. Maximum by 3, starting by 3, recovery by 2. Improves movement speed. So... and it only costs 2 action points to use, so... yeah, I think that has a decent amount of utility. We should have a couple of extra items we can sell. A couple of blue items. Most of our identification has to be bought throughout the game. With the weapons, we're more focused on the special abilities they provide, not the damage. The damage is largely irrelevant to us. More hit buys. Vastly superior shields to the one we currently have. Lore Master Ring. That is useful. Not because it'll save us money, but because I can see weaknesses from enemies when looking at them. Better boots. And an actual amulet. Right. Not bad. What else do you have? I want smoke grenades. They're fairly cheap to buy. And the ability to force a ranged attacker to come close could be a lifesaver. Right. So, any massive improvements? Poison resistance, reflect melee damage as earth damage. Probably okay for a while. Better shield. I'm not sure I want to use a shield, but I don't have any good other weapon either. This would allow me to use Head Vice as a spell though, but only it would cost a ton. Sneaking and hit points. Telekinesis Lore Master. Pickpocketing and lockpicking. Yeah, those are not useful outside the city. 41% physical damage reduction. Not bad. And we can improve this. Right. So that's the only thing we need to really do. No, I bought additional skills. We have Hydrosophist and Witchcraft. We don't have Men-at-Arms and Geomancer. Both are in the Legion HQ. It's not a big thing, but at the same time, if we have so few abilities, those couple of extra abilities bought now would make a massive difference.
Yours for a scrap of gold each.
We want the toggle ability that increases our damage, and maybe the heal ability after that, or ability to knock down a target from a long distance. I'm thinking, what exactly do I need to do? I need to visit the smithy here. Blacksmithing 4 should be enough for our tasks. I can probably ask the general store too, but that's not all that important right now. I need to improve this. Movement bonus. Thank you very much. Probably do the same thing with every metal shield too. It'll make the blocking chance higher. Yeah, not by much, but every little bit helps. 46% physical damage reduction versus enemies of your own level. Yes, this is very good. Also, can we do the same thing with daggers? Polished dagger. Just wanted to confirm that. Can you smelt the frying pan I have? No. What weapon am I using? We're actually relying on this damage, so probably should improve it if I can. 2232 to 2435. Not great by any means, but I'll take it. Need to produce more paper. We don't have any immediate use for these mass amounts of paper now, but once we start to get access to elemental essences, then things will change, and the more I have in storage, the better. I can probably make around 15 additional skulls now, and that's excluding the blank elemental skulls. 9 of them. Okay, looking good. I need to get the spells. Right. After this, I think it's time to start actually doing things instead of just collecting funds and resources. Funds are sufficient, resources are okay, not plentiful, but we have
You don't think it's infected, do you?
a decent selection of abilities and a decent selection of scrolls to
Sorry, sir.
buff up those abilities in tough situations.
Sorry, sir.
Nothing particularly good, but still solid stuff.
You again. Do
Yeah,
feel
he
free to
likes me.
depart from Seal at your earliest convenience.
Melee power stance. We have battering ram, so it's all about, do we want to cure wounds, which could be very helpful, especially since we have to recycle these healing abilities here and there. I'm not taking defensive stances. Or the crushing fist. It's a long-range ability that we could knock down a target. And I don't know. You can always change things later. It's not that expensive to do. I'm inclined to go with crushing fist because we can always cure through other means, and this calls a massive amount of action points to use. Massive amount. It's not going to be a pleasure to use anyway. And we were left with 2,300. Not bad at all. I'll need to organize my quick slots a little bit. It's a gigantic mess now. Earth spells. I would like to take...
Welcome. What a delight she is. The temperament
I would
of
like
a tiger,
to take
the grace of a leopard, and the
Boulder
manners of
Bash
a lady all rolled into one.
and probably the oil slick.
Perfect puss, if ever there was one.
Midnight oil, right. Yeah, you'll get the cash. Still left with 2,000. I think we're done with the preliminaries now. Where to put my point? We didn't need any new points for the equipment, so I suppose it doesn't matter. Goal was natural strength 8, natural intelligence 8, and speed. Tons and tons of speed. I'm sort of inclined to put the point in intelligence now, because some of these things actually fail with my current intelligence. Not these, but the buffs specifically. Do I have buffs? Yep. And if I take more intelligence, they'll be more damaging. 24 to 26 versus... let's take it. 27 to 29. Right, it'll probably affect the scrolls in the same way. Next would probably be strength, then speed. It might change depending on our equipment and what we need. But I'd like to. Yeah, now we only have 90% chance of succeeding with our spells, but that's reasonable. It'll rarely fail. But yeah, this is a mess. We don't need all that many scoundrel abilities in combat. Adrenaline might be the likeliest. And even that not so often. Do we have anything else? Not really, no. Nothing worth putting in here. So next, let's go. I want the grenades on a totally separate page, far away from anything else. Some armor-piercing ones, leg maybe. And love grenade for desperate situations. Definitely smoke. Don't really have anything else now. With the scrolls will always go to the inventory. Yeah, very situation has improved quite a bit. What else do we need to do? Right, I'll do the little job for the head and rethink that. After that, it doesn't really matter what we're gonna go after. What we're gonna focus on is getting level ups. Clearly, we're not getting anywhere until week 2. I might talk to Esmeralda though. Still, let's do the one job we set out to do. I need a crowd warmer, or not, Gallagher to
What are you looking at me for?
advertise our job for performance for the audience.
I've stumbled into well, join a crowd's what I do best. And
Yeah,
I'm
take the 100
98.
gold. Without that, we can't get the correct amount of crowd. Someone will always stay behind.
What is it this time? Catherine, tell me when you're ready to begin and I'll show you to your place. Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? Not planning on playing.
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a
So we're
small
gonna tell
crowd
a
shuffles
joke.
toward your stage.
Hopefully we'll distract them long enough that we can grab
everyone will
Mick's
be
head.
seated.
I can't start the show until they've all gathered here.
Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their
We'll probably get a
seats,
good
that
chunk of
is.
experience too from completing this. But we would have to complete quite a few of these before we could rely that on a level up. But we might be able to do it.
The stage is yours.
Everything dwarven and funeral related.
The crowd breaks into an approving chuckle. Continue, by all means. Eager to hear more, the crowd leans forward with great interest. The crowd's curiosity is piqued. Oh, do go on before they explode. That's it,
It's fairly easy
You've
to
got
see
this
how
joyful
the
crowd right where you want
where
them.
the pieces connect to the
Now,
previous
take
ones, so
them on
this isn't
home.
exactly hard.
They like you.
Get the head.
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a Do-Re-Mi-Fa, it won't be the
Yoink!
I'll never forget it.
Yeah, we're so far away from a level up.
I'll never forget it.
You there? What is it this time? Well, I must say that was, well, impressive.
Okay. Right, we need to go into the... I don't recall who the guy was. Reginald's house. Get into the basement there before we can talk to the head. And there should be a key here. In the house is here, and some close by there should be a key hidden. Don't recall the exact location, but yeah. Reginald's spare key. Don't think the guy really has all that much to loot. More or less just a place for us to talk with the head.
Ah, hello. My true name. Little did I, when I Reginald stumbled upon more the traveller. If there were any way
2,100.
you would
Not bad.
what I wouldn't give to give old Reg. It won't be the
6,850 for another level up. So if we would do some investigative work here, we could still probably achieve quite a bit. 1,000 extra again. Yeah, 6,000 more anymore. Yeah, we could probably do that and not really sweat about it too much.
Treasure!
Treasure indeed. A key to some kind of lockbox. It has to be the murder, which means the body of Counselor J. We can also talk to Esmeralda at this point, and we have to go to the harbor and all that. Yeah, there's quite a few things we can do, and I think it's reasonable to get another level up without ever leaving the city or ever getting into a fight, which is important because it'll massively increase our survivability. I think we got like closer to 100 hit points from the previous level up. So went from 100 to 170 to 275. We probably have a health increasing item of some sort though.
The hunter returns! I am Esmeralda. Listen, if you're gonna accuse me, perhaps it is. What'll you think of? Oh, that horrid Oh, don't put stock in there hastily. But all of it is so over the last few months. It all began. In fact, I never liked. She hails. If anyone killed my Jake, it must. Stars? Do you mean to? Well, what do you want? Well, there is. Praise be that Arhu the wizard.
Legion's greetings. I am so fair, steadfast. Jake's murder. You claim to possess evidence used for cookery. So it was Jake's? There now. She was stringing. And what questions are those? We've been stationed. I can tell you.
Nothing all that important here. But we've gotten a little bit of experience again. That wasn't the important part though. Need to find the body. No, there is... We need to talk to the goddamn guys at the harbor here. That's what we need to do. Probably quite a few items we could loot here too. Yeah, and there's the... You need to teleport across the rope portion. Minor things that we can quickly wrap up. I don't think we're gonna get a level up out of this, but we can get very close. I'll leave the investigation into the murder for another time, but I want to talk to the guys at the harbor. Why are they here? I think they're part of the breadcrumb trail that leads to the Staff of Pergamon. That's something I couldn't do the first time.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feathers?
Minor loots.
Fortune!
Didn't look anything too interesting. Staff of Pergamon.
Oh, and don't forget the time he got caught passing a love note to the Lizard Councillor's wife.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Siberia?
Holy shit, he's selling blank scrolls too.
Speaking of youthful gore, that
no recollection of that.
Loves him.
I wouldn't let an within 500
Okay, doesn't critically matter. Could you identify the equipment that
about the time the captain took the Duchess of Feathers' carriage for the joyride?
No, he didn't. He drove it straight to the pub and back.
Telekinesis, another one. I don't mind. In a tough situation, additional telekinesis could be useful. Also a fireball wand. Yep.
Speaking
bad.
of youthful gore, that loopy legionnaire really thinks that orchid charm.
Aye, that for my putting it to our name's cut. Those are I'll set.
Ever hear about the time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride?
Okay, he couldn't help me at all.
Straight to the pub of sauce. Here in Siceil. Now that you mention it, I noticed Dietmar, a fellow merchant travelling with us. Well, sure.
And don't forget the time he got caught.
Dietmar.
Heard anything about the whereabouts of the magic? What? That I'm sure he'll make a run for it, probably by boat.
Okay, more or less that's the breadcrumb trail, I guess. Yeah, Dietmar goes to the secluded beach area. Now we have a reason to go and talk with him. So it wasn't exactly all that extensive of a search for him.
A home, a livelihood.
Another group of people I
All sunk
killed
in
the
a
last
matter of-
time.
Well, we were merchants what seems like a moment. These damn orcs. They came with our ship gone, nothing for it but to get a job. Slim pickings around. That was a right stunning show of magic.
Find employment for shipless sailors. I can't even think of what could be
We'll
fitting.
take anything. Really.
Have you found us a job yet? We'll take anything, really.
The sauce hunter. Go on.
It could be almost anything, couldn't it? There's the other pier that I'll still check. And you're alive. When did that happen? Doesn't matter. Now that's another place where we could go. The rift travel. Probably worth a few experience points.
I thought the old gal's fate was sealed when the arch shaman.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's all that many interesting things here. Yeah, it's the other pier that has all the cool stuff. Might be getting an item or two. Fuse. Gold pieces and wood. The wood is an honestly good item, because there's a limit to how much paper I can get. It's one of those things that I can probably reliably get something like a couple of pieces of paper every time there's an upgrade in the shops. But at the same time I can also very reliably keep buying multiple elements of essences from the Rift World elemental portals or the elemental guardians there, and so I don't see how they can keep up unless I use the paper pieces I find all over the place to turn into skulls. I'm hoping I'll get enough wood that will be enough to compensate for that. Alternatively, that it's not necessary to get that many skulls. However, I don't see how it wouldn't be. Yeah, either way, I think we're done here now. There's investigations going on, maybe getting into the general store, things like that. We don't need to get all that much down to get the level up, but I think we'll push towards that. It'll more or less just mean I have a decent amount of survivability. That's about it. Yeah, I think I'll leave my own ass to the general store. It's lockpicking 1, so we certainly have that.